more of a vegetable.
Yeah, it's Where the Mountains Meet the Sea.
Where the Mountains Meet the Sea, an excerpt from Dale's book.
I actually did a pretty good job of getting a chapter that takes 5 minutes to read.
Is it the werewolf porn one?
It's not porn, but yes. I mean,
Mine wasn't porn either.
so it's Where the Mountains Meet the Sea. Just to give you a little context for this, there are werewolves in it. There are delphinites in it that change into dolphins, and there's seasteading stuff where there's a wealthy entrepreneur experimenting with seasteading, and there's a base that some cool stuff happens at.
This book, the seasteading must fail. You do realize it. They must find this island called New Hampshire.
So, and what's happening is this guy just realized that he's a delphinite, and some other delphinites are getting him ready for the full moon when he's going to turn into the dolphin for the first time, and he's freaking out about it.
Does he have a blowhole?
It's called, okay, so this is just a portion of a chapter, so I can keep it down to 5 minutes. Throughout the day, a strange melancholy was falling over everyone. Devin noticed times when Maggie would speak to someone and they'd act like they didn't hear her. This is going to be tricky.
I know that one changes color.
She'd repeat herself, but even Maggie was talking less than usual. It's like she sensed the mood was shifting and was trying to accommodate. Richard spent a lot of the day sipping a drink out on the patio, just staring out at the sea. The boys spent a lot of time perusing magazines or watching TV. Devin naturally fell into the same pattern. In the late afternoon, Richard broke a rather long period of silence. Since he was normally so quiet, it felt poignant. Devin, come here for a minute. I need to talk to you. Devin sat on a patio chair next to him. Are you happy, Devin? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not in the best moods, to be honest. I mean in general, what's happening to you now is transient. It's like puberty, a change you have to adjust to, but you'll get used to it. What I mean is, do you like your life? Do you look forward to your future? I guess so. It probably didn't sound very sincere. Why do you ask? I'm asking because tonight's a big night for you. Did the guys explain what's going to happen? They said something about the end of a cycle, and that my change would complete itself by then. He crossed his legs protectively as he said this. That's true, but these superficial adaptations that you're so worked up about are just remnants of what happens tonight. That's what the cycles are about. There was that word again, remnants. Devin kept hearing it, and each time he cringed a little. Devin, we're shapeshifters. Even though he'd heard it before, he looked at Richard like he was crazy. Actually, it was more the look of not wanting to let on that someone's crazy. A fake appearance of calm. Your eyes get a little big, but the rest of your face...
Does it have a backlight?
Every time that turns blue, I can't read a thing.
Can't you?
No, it doesn't.
Hold on. Un momento.
A little better.
Could you unplug the white thing?
Well, that was fun until you just did that.
I was trying to help.
That's okay.
Booyah!
Okay. Actually, it was more the look of not wanting to let on that someone's crazy. A fake appearance of calm. Your eyes get a little big, but the rest of your face is expressionless. Everyone knows not to set off a crazy guy, so you can't let on that you think he's crazy. Devin still didn't believe it fully and wouldn't until it actually happened, but hearing it from Richard was making it harder to derive alternatives. Richard didn't seem the type to bullshit him like the others might. It gave him a sinking feeling in the pit of his stomach. Yeah, that's what I've been told. Devin couldn't look him in the eye as he said it. Richard seemed to be pausing for a reaction, and when Devin finally responded, he went on. He was looking out over the water. Look, we're all going to go out there for a while, and our instincts are going to take over. Your mind won't think the same way it does now. It'll be a little confusing. Part of you, the human part, needs to want to come back for something. This first time is crucial. You forget about your problems out there. You don't worry about a job, or missing an appointment, or whether your girlfriend is going to break up with you. Stress is a momentary experience, a tool you use to escape a predator, not the nagging worry that you have in this life. Predators? That one word sidetracked him from the point of the conversation. Okay, that was probably a bad example. Out there, we're usually the predators, and even when we're not, we're still faster than most of what's out there. That's not what you should be worried about. Life as an animal can be like a vacation, and dolphins in particular are carefree and playful creatures. You'll be living life for the moment. It can be seductive. You're saying that I might not want to be human again. He looked Devin straight in the eye to drive the point home. I'm saying you might not remember you ever were human. There are a lot more Delphinites than the ones walking around amongst people most of the month. What makes these guys really special isn't as much that they change into dolphins, it's that they change back. There's a knack to finding that healthy balance between your human side and your animal side. Most of us are still out there. He pointed out the ocean. Most Delphinites shift one time. He brought his pointed finger back and held it up for emphasis. Most? Asked Devin, shaken. Richard shrugged. Who's keeping count? Seems like a lot. Think about this. Maggie grounds me. If I ever lose her, I honestly don't think I'll make it back anymore. She's got to be the healthiest woman I've ever met, but I'll almost certainly outlive her eventually. And when that happens, I'll be ready to let the sea take me for good. Look, I don't mean to scare you, Devin, but it won't hurt if you spend a little time today thinking about what grounds you. Somehow he didn't sound crazy anymore. He sounded really sincere, actually. Devin didn't want to believe this story yet, but it was getting harder to reject it, and he was afraid. Richard stood up and patted him affectionately on the cheek. But you know what? If it happens, maybe it was meant to be. Who am I to judge how you live your life? And he went back inside, leaving Devin to stew in unsettling thoughts of how vague his future seemed, and how he had a day, maybe less, to figure out if he had anything at all to return for.